you know that rivers hold less than 1% of Earth's total water? And rivers are a vital water source and food source, yet they're being polluted. But we can make a difference. Through citizen science, we've been able to monitor 2 unique rivers for a little over 2 months now. So these 2 rivers are the Kiamichi River, which is in southeast Oklahoma, and it's one of the most ecologically diverse rivers and freshwater sources in Oklahoma, as well as the Arkansas River in northeastern Oklahoma, which has high salinity and it's the longest river. So these rivers are considered unique, yet they're both impaired due to bacteria and metals, and the EPA does not recommend digesting or recreating in the Arkansas River, yet the Kiamichi River is considered to be relatively clean. So both these rivers flow through different ecoregions and have different endangered species, with the least tern and Arkansas River shiner endangered to the Arkansas River, and 3 different mussel species endangered to the Kiamichi River. And both are facing infrastructure projects. So in Tulsa County, the Arkansas River is facing the repurposing of Zinc Dam, where they're proposing to turn the river into a lake, which has raised public concern about health, safety, and what that's going to mean for the aquatic life of the river. For the Kiamichi River, there are 2 infrastructure projects, an 83% water diversion to Oklahoma City, as well as 2 reservoirs for hydroelectric, which have too raised public concern about health, safety, and what that's going to mean for aquatic life native to the river. So what's in your water? So the Citizen Science Project consists of field trainings as well as test kits in order to empower the public to get EPA standard water quality data following EPA methods. So what does the data say? So comparing before and after the repurposing of the Zinc Dam project, we don't see too much change with mercury, cadmium, or lead. But for chromium-6, which is a human carcinogen, iron, and copper, we see a substantial metal increase after the Zinc Dam project. Now, adding in the Kiamichi River, even though it is considered relatively clean compared to the Arkansas River, the metal concentrations fall in between the before and after projects. So is this river really as clean as we thought it was? And we can compare this data to EPA criteria of aquatic life. And we see that both rivers exceed the maximum amount of pollutant for both chromium-6 and total mercury, meaning that these rivers for those 2 metals pose a threat to aquatic life. We can also compare to the EPA criteria for cadmium and lead, except this time we see that only the Arkansas River exceeded the cadmium standard, and lead was not exceeded by both rivers, meaning that lead is the least threat out of those 4 metals. So is citizen science fun? Yes. We get to do field events ranging from 2 to 20 people, and sometimes we even get to go kayaking down a river in order to get water quality data, which is shown in the bottom right picture. And so here's a map of tested sites which are publicly available, and we focus in the Tulsa County due to the Zinc Dam. And so we also follow EPA absorbance methods, which are illustrated by the water pictures on the left. And so wavelengths that can make it through those colorations correspond to metal concentrations. And looking at pictures of each river, they both look similar, yet aside from the geographic location and endangered species, the things we can't see, like metals, are actually very similar. And so Oklahoma in general has around 160,000 miles of streams and intermittent streams, which are dry during high temperature periods, and artificial pathways. Yet, out of that 160,000 miles, over 50% are considered impaired or polluted due to bacteria, metals, physiochemical parameters, with category 5 marked in red having no maximum amount of the pollutant set that could cause harm to aquatic life or human health. So zooming out even more, the US has 3.5 million miles of freshwater systems ranging from natural to human-made. And that's enough mileage that we could circle the Earth 140 times. And we have water quality data. The yellow regions are freshwater systems we have water quality data for, but the red areas are freshwater systems that are considered a threat to aquatic life and human health due to their impairments of bacteria, metals, and physiochemical parameters. And zooming out even further, the Earth has so many river systems that we can find rivers on every single continent. And they range from being short mileage to thousands of miles long, with the longest river being over 4,000 miles. And so we can make a difference and monitor our local water systems, whether it's with pictures, picking up trash, or obtaining data. And it really all starts with a question: what's in your local water?